You know, since the very beginning, there's this one huge question that just keeps popping up. It's echoed through every single culture, every civilization, and it's simple. What are we? What does it actually mean to be human?
And if you really think about it, under all the day-to-day stuff, that's the question that really pushes us, isn't it? Are we just this, what we see in the mirror? Or is there something more, something huge and untapped, just waiting for us to find it?
Well, back in 1928, this absolutely massive book came out that promised to be a kind of map to all those ancient answers. We're talking about Manly P. Hall's masterpiece, The Secret Teachings of All Ages, and for this explainer, that's going to be our guide.
All right, so let's start this journey, right? We're going to dive into Hall's work and use it to see if we can uncover the ancient world's pretty mind-blowing answer to that big question. What are we really capable of?
Okay, let's get right into it. The first thing Hall points out, and this is super important, is that the deepest, most profound truths, well, they weren't just written down for everyone to read. Nope, they were hidden, right there in plain sight, but they were encoded in a kind of universal language that only certain people were meant to understand.
So you gotta ask, how do they pull that off? I mean, how do you protect your most powerful ideas from being totally twisted or used by people who just aren't ready for them? Simple. You hide it. You create a secret code, a secret language.
And that language was esoteric symbolism. Think about it. Every symbol, whether it's a simple shape or a whole complicated myth, it was like a key. To most people, yeah, it's just a cool picture or a good story. But if you were a student of these mysteries, it was a roadmap, a signpost pointing you toward a deeper understanding of, well, everything.
And the amazing thing is how widespread this was. It wasn't just one thing. This web of symbols, it stretched across totally different cultures and subjects. You see it in the zodiac, in Pythagorean math, even in tarot cards. Hall's whole point is that these are all just different dialects of the same secret language, and they're all pointing to the exact same fundamental truths.
But, you know, just getting the symbols, that was only step one. This ancient wisdom, it wasn't a spectator sport. It demanded you get involved. It gave you actual practices, or arts as they called them, that were designed to completely transform the world inside of you.
And the most famous of these is one you've definitely heard of, alchemy. Now, Hall's book makes it super clear that the real alchemists, they weren't literally trying to turn lead into gold. No. The lead was the ordinary, unenlightened human soul. And the gold? That was our perfected, fully realized potential. The real laboratory was you.
And what's so wild is that this mystical-sounding art is actually a really practical psychological process. First up, you have calcination. That's where you use the fire of intense self-reflection to burn away your ego and all your junk beliefs. Then comes dissolution. You dissolve all those old bad habits to get to your true essential self. And finally, coagulation, where you rebuild yourself into this new, higher state of being. Pretty cool, right?
Okay, so we've got the symbols, that's our map, and we've got the alchemical art, that's how we walk the path. But where are we going? What's the destination? According to Hall's big take on all these ancient teachings, every single road leads to one absolutely mind-blowing idea.
And the idea is this: you are a microcosm, a tiny universe. That means every star, every planet, every single force that exists out there in the huge cosmos, what they called the macrocosm, it also exists inside of you. That was the big secret.
And that right there, that's the ultimate answer to the question we started with. What is a human being? A universe in miniature. So what's our full potential? It's nothing less than to awaken the actual powers of creation that are just sleeping inside us. I mean, just think about that for a second. It's an absolutely breathtaking idea.
And this wasn't just a side note for Manly P. Hall. He dedicated his entire masterpiece to this one point. We're talking about almost 50 really dense chapters, and each one looks at a different philosophy, or religion, or secret society, but he shows how all of them, every single one, are just different ways of saying the exact same thing, that we have this incredible, almost divine potential.
So, okay, great, but why should we care about any of this now? I mean, it's a 100-year-old book about ancient stuff, right? Well, here's why it matters. Because it gives us a completely different story about who we are, a radical alternative to the one we usually tell ourselves today. Just look at the difference here. On one hand, the secret teachings say we're a universe of boundless potential, that we're basically co-creators with the divine.
And on the other hand, you have a more common modern view that we're just biological machines, products of random chance, living in a cosmos that doesn't really have any meaning. That's a pretty stark contrast, don't you think?
You see, what Hall's book really gets at is that real knowledge isn't about just, memorizing a bunch of facts. True wisdom is a tool. This giant book, it's not the answer itself, it's a key ring. It's handing you a whole collection of keys, the symbols, the stories, the philosophies, and it's saying, here, go unlock the doors inside yourself.
So that's where we're left. For thousands of years, some of the wisest people in history have been telling us the same thing. We are so much more than we think we are. They left us a map. So the real question for us today isn't what's on the map anymore. It's, are we brave enough to actually follow it?